Welcome back to Entertainment Banter. My name is Joel.
And I'm Matt.
Tonight is a special evening. Actually, I said that every time, don't I?
It's always special on Entertainment Banter.
You never know what you're going to get.
You never know.
Entertainment Banter is like a box of chocolates.
A box of chocolates that never ends.
I haven't seen Forrest Gump in a long time.
Gump is the man.
Do you realize that Forrest Gump... Do you realize that Forrest Gump the movie spawned a whole restaurant chain?
I've eaten there numerous times,
I mean,
actually.
Me too. I mean, it was right next to where we used to work.
Yeah. I mean, that shrimp's okay, you know?
Do you think Tom Hanks gets...
I think he owns part of it.
Oh, does he really? I was
Yeah,
just curious about
yeah.
that. Like, I'm wondering, like, does he
Yeah,
get
in
royalties?
fact, the same restaurant that you're actually talking about, I think they advertise it there.
Bubba Gumps. They do. They have actually movie props in every
Southern
single.
California, yeah.
Is it only in SoCal?
No, I think it's I think there's one in Virginia Beach. I could be wrong. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've toured and seen them in different locations. But it's not just in Southern California. I've seen it in other places.
By the way, for someone who was not born in California and then lived in California and then left California, talking about you.
I actually was born in California.
Right.
Me.
Sorry, you were born here, but like you didn't really live
Didn't
here
live
your whole
there.
life. Right.
Yeah, I didn't live there.
You just referred to it as Southern California, not like these other people out there that call it Cali. That's how you know
I call it SoCal sometimes.
No, I know. That's what Southern Californians call it too. It's just if you're from California, you do not call it Cali. Period. If anyone who lives in California now
why
says,
did you bring this up?
well,
right
because
now,
you know how annoyed I was on the road, and everyone's like, "Oh, we going to Cali next." I'm like, "You from LA or something?" Or they're like, "Yeah, I have a house in LA." You weren't born there, was I? You were? Were you? And they're like, "Yeah, I was born there." No, you weren't. If you're calling it Cali,
Right.
You're not born there. Period. If you call it Cali, you are not a Californian. Period.
That's funny.
But that's not what we're talking about here. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about my pet peeves. We're here to talk about Matt's pet peeves.
My pet peeve?
No, we're really going to talk about my... Everyone has a list. You have a list, Matt, of who you can sleep with if you run into them, like celebrities list. You have a list. You tell your wife, like,
in
if
my head,
see...
I do. I haven't shared it with my wife.
I have a list too, but on top of my list...
Although I don't know how they look now. I mean, my list is 20 years old. They might not make the bill anymore.
One of them is 6 feet. One of them is 6 feet under.
I gotta be honest with you too. Now,
Carrie Fisher was one,
new list. Anyone on my new list would make me feel like a pedophile. So I can't. You know what I mean? I've already lost.
I was gonna say,
you know what I mean?
Carrie Fisher is one of them, huh?
Yeah. I mean, she wrote on me and and stuff. But yeah,
Whoa.
but that's as far as we got.
So my list has one guy on it. I'm not gay. This is why it's perfect, because he's not gay either. This is why we're a match made in heaven. He's not gay. I'm not gay.
Guys, it's like a forbidden love.
Yeah,
we be together, but
perfect.
you can never be together.
It's almost like,
what are you gonna do on a date? Just stare at each other?
You know who stole this love from me? Ryan Reynolds. He been stealing my dream affection. It's Hugh Jackman, everybody. It's freaking Hugh Jackman. What Ryan Reynolds has with Hugh Jackman is what I wanted. I want to have that relationship.
Oklahoma, right? That's what he's mostly known for.
Hugh Jackman is known to be a triple threat.
The movie Australia.
He's Australia, I guess. He also did Greatest Showman.
He did. I actually do love that movie.
It's a good movie.
I think the way that movie was made is more special to me than the actual movie.
Honestly, truly, the plot's kind of weak. Let's be honest.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you watch behind the scenes stuff with Hugh and the people that wrote the music, I forget their names, the two guys, they did a great job, a phenomenal job, and it was a labor of love as well as a director.
Do you think that when if they bring it to Broadway, you think Hugh Jackman would star in it? I think he would.
He's already kind of done like show tune versions of it when he did this Hugh Jackman tour.
Well, he also did the Corbin one in the street and sidewalk streets. They did a whole
yeah.
The crosswalk edition. But
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the guy he's not hurt for money. You know what I mean?
He's a triple threat.
He's getting up there in age. Maybe he just wants to play Parcheesi now. I don't know, but like if he were to do it, I know it would sell out easily.
He is one of the only people I know in Hollywood that is a singer, a dancer, and I guess an actor. But Matt, we're not mentioning the one thing that everybody knows Hugh Jackman as.
Oh man, I thought we listed it all.
Wait, what else is there? No, wait, isn't there something else besides?
I can't. I'm drawing a blank. I can't. For the life of me, it's like there's this big X in my head right now because it says I can't think of anything else. You know what I mean?
My
He's just a
closet,
man.
my
I just
claws
see
are
an
itchy.
X and a man, and I can't.
Yeah,
picture
yeah.
anything beyond that.
I just feel like my claws are just really sharp right now. I gotta.
Well, you gotta
scratchy.
trim them. You gotta trim
No,
them.
I know. It's weird. Do you think they'll heal? It'll grow back quickly if I cut them off?
Your nails do grow back quickly. Yes,
oh wow,
over time. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
they do.
It's almost like you have a mutant power.
Would you call it a healing factor?
In a way, it is a healing factor. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For your nails.
Oh man, no. There's one thing that he did.
We're 7 minutes into this.
I know, and he's not. Let's just say this: he's really good at what he does, and what he does is not very nice.
That's true.
It's Logan, everybody.
Logan, the Wolverine.
He has been Wolverine for the last 20 years.
He's like Sean Connery is the first Bond. You know what I mean? Like, obviously Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. He's gonna be known as Wolverine.
Well, when we first saw him in Wolverine or in X-Men, the first movie, it was a lot of pushback because he looked the part, but he was a foot too tall. Like, he was a tall Wolverine.
Yeah, and if you want to go crazy strict about how a Wolverine actor should look like, I pictured not fat, let me rephrase,
Stocky.
short, stocky.
Yeah.
If Danny DeVito was sexy and had hair,
no,
it would be
that's short.
But he's a Wolverine. Like, he was like an animal more than a man in some ways. You know what I mean?
Well,
and then he kind of
that's the whole point.
He was manly at times in the comics, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but
maybe Danny DeVito's height is probably a little ridiculous,
well,
but he had to be short and beefy and stocky. You know what I mean?
Right.
Definitely hairy on his back.
If I showed you my old head flyman at the theater I was working at, he was shorter than me. He's like 5'5". He was short, stocky. He had the mutton chops that looked just like Wolverine. He looked like a Hugh Jackman double, but like a short, stocky kind of guy.
Right.
And since he was pulling rope as a flyman, his forearms were huge, like Wolverine's.
Oh yeah, sure.
So I'm just like, you would be a perfect Wolverine double, but you're too short for Hugh Jackman. Plus he was just as grouchy and angry, and he was a teddy bear when he got to know him, just like Wolverine.
Well, he's a flyman. You know, what are you gonna do?
I know, they're all grouchy riggers.
Okay, so why? What's the big deal with Hugh Jackman? Why are we even talking about this? He's retired from the role, hasn't he?
Supposedly, there's a lot of talk of him reprising his role. He did mention many moons ago.
What has happened in the universe that stems?
Can we go back? Can we go back a second? Can we just go back a second?
Take me back.
Many moons ago, when Hugh Jackman was filming Logan. Before he filmed it, he was mentioning that one of his wishes was he would reprise the role again as Logan and Wolverine in an MCU if it was possible. That's what he was pitching. He was pitching that even before he filmed Logan. He wanted to do a crossover into that universe. He wanted to be involved in some way. And of course he did Logan and said that was his final movie. And then as soon as he finished Logan, within 2 years, Disney acquired it.
Fox, yeah.
But the thing is, Disney has been trying to acquire Fox for a while. I didn't know this, but you know when we all say like Simpsons predicted Fox was going to get bought by Disney? Well, rumors spread all the time and big corporations do all the time. So Simpsons wrote about it because obviously they're in the know and the how. And they were like, obviously there's a lot of buzz about Disney trying to buy them. And they've been trying to buy them for a long time before they even had X-Men. You know what I mean? That just helped them more.
There's rumors that Apple was going to buy Disney and blah, blah, blah.
There still is. And we never know if that one day that may come to fruition. Who knows? And then Simpsons will make a cartoon about it. We'll say they predicted it. But, we said it here first. So now we zoom forward to now the present. Disney owns Fox. So Disney has X-Men and all that jazz and Fantastic Four into the universe. Only one they officially don't really have still is the Hulk. We can get into that later with Universal. But, We don't really care.
Before.
We don't really care. It's the Hulk. Smash. So you got Hugh Jackman and we just watched the most recent episode of WandaVision. Actually, we didn't because I didn't watch last night. Did you?
Oh no, not the most recent. I did not.
Yeah. So, but the recent one we both watched, it ends with Quicksilver showing up on the screen, but not the
Not
one
just
from
Quicksilver,
not the one from the MCU because he died. The Pietro Edward, what was his name? Evans Peter. Evans
yeah.
Peter is his name.
The one that I liked. I liked the
one from Days of Future Past. So from the
original
X-Men
Fox
universe,
X-Men franchise. Yeah, Fox franchise. Yep.
and there has been a lot of rumors, and there's almost confirmed, really good rumors that they will be introducing Logan in Winter Soldier and Falcon. Or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So they are introducing a Logan character in that as Wolverine, but maybe not as Wolverine, but they're going to be, it's building that, right?
Okay.
So here's your chance, Hugh Jackman to come into the universe. Will he do it? I mean, he personally said he's not. There's a lot of rumors, and the people are asking him, they want him to join. But
we all know that can be a load of hogwash. Because
it's true.
The reality is, once you're in those big talks, first of all, it's got to be super hush-hush. So they gotta deny, they gotta throw people off the scent. Otherwise, the big surprise is ruined.
Well, Ryan Reynolds really has been barking up that tree for so long.
I'm 99.99% sure if Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman did a movie together as Wolverine and Deadpool, I'm telling you right now, just the fan community alone they would be having such a field day with that. It would be a no-brainer, money-making.
They literally could just do
the money would not stop pouring in.
They literally
would not stop pouring in.
Could just do a Deadpool Wolverine matchup with those two, and the movie would probably be the highest grossing Marvel movie to date. Probably, it'd probably beat
a buddy film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the best part about those two characters is they're both mutants with healing factors. So they could literally just, when they're pissing each other off, they could literally just cut each other's limbs off or heads off, and you know what I mean? It wouldn't even be a big deal. And that is your super R-rated ridiculous. And then they've built up that ridiculous rivalry on the internet for years.
Right,
So,
it would be amazing. Could you imagine that? Well,
let me put it this way: it would be like if some studio bought Star Wars and had the original cast come back, but never put them in the scene together. That's how stupid and how think of the money that you would lose if you did something like that. If a studio was stupid enough to do that, just think about how much money they would have lost out on.
Could you imagine
if you have Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds playing Wolverine and Deadpool, you have those options. You have them on your pay scale, and you're willing to be able to make a movie, but just don't. Just think again, that same studio, if they don't do that, how much money they would probably lose. But I don't think a studio's that stupid that they would have a Star Wars movie reunion and not put the original cast together in scenes. And I don't think a studio would be so stupid enough to not take this opportunity, owning both the Fox and let's say a Disney franchise and putting them together. I don't see how a studio would be that dumb not to do it.
Well, I'm curious by if they do bring Logan into the fold or Hugh Jackman, I'm very curious by if they do a Ryan Reynolds Hugh Jackman movie because would they? Because right now we're playing with the idea that we saw Quicksilver in WandaVision, right? We saw the X-Men universe kind of clashing in some kind of way. We're not sure if it's just a fucking bullshit tease where Disney's just going to stroke us and go, we're just fucking with you. Or they're actually going to go down this rabbit hole.
Whatever brings in the most money. They'll stroke whatever they need to stroke to make the most money.
Right, man. Disney, that's not my dick you're stroking. So what if it was we're already feeling like they're trying to make all the X-Men movies canon now, right? We're already feeling like, all right, they already have backstories. Because right now, Matt, we've talked about it. Like in WandaVision, if all of a sudden Patrick Stewart shows up as Professor X, right? You don't really have to explain who he is.
No, it's
already built in. You can go watch those movies. It's already built in.
Sure.
So
if the rumors are true about Spider-Man, right? They're gonna touch all the universes of Spider-Man.
Right.
I mean, yes, there's the Spider-Verse, but I mean, at this point, I'm sure Disney's just going to say, well, if you could do it for Spider-Man and have a Spider-Verse, why can't we just do it across the board of all Marvel films? Why can't we just take the cherry pick from every franchise we liked and do it?
They can. I mean, the universes, they can, in theory. So what stops Wolverine Origins from being canon? Because that would be a really funny thing awful. Because...
Yeah,
it was the worst one. It was even more. It was even worse than X-Men 3, the one that went downhill.
Well, the best part is all you have to do is watch that whole movie. And Disney, Hollywood's good at editing movies to cater. They know what we like more than we do. So if we've liked a movie for 10, 20 years, they have no problem changing it and saying, no, this is better. This is how it's going to be from now on.
Well, I mean,
so my thought is you get Ryan Reynolds.
Well, Deadpool already went back in time and killed himself, remember?
That's true, but I would take it a step further. To make it official in the universe, all you have to do is create Deadpool 3, and what you do is the first 2 hours is, Wolverine Origins, and at the last minute, you just have Deadpool wake up. He's like, that was a terrible dream.
That would be funny.
And so you just cancel that movie. Done.
I just remember
You're welcome, Disney.
Deadpool going back in time, and he wanted to go strangle Hitler as a baby, and he just looked at it.
Saying,
he's like,
I keep having this reoccurring dream that I call it, Wolverine Origins and X-Men Origins Wolverine, but it didn't really happen. But it keeps haunting me constantly, and maybe they'll make a film about it someday. But for now, let's focus on Deadpool 3, the movie.
That'd be kind of funny. A good movie too would be. You have Deadpool, at their whim, he's a mercenary. So someone in the Avengers or someone hires a mercenary, like, hey, I hired a mercenary to go pick up this animal mutant thing that's, running amok in Canada. And it's Deadpool, and then he goes hunt down, and the movie's about Deadpool hunting Logan.
Well, I think if they were smart, in all honesty, I think the best way to introduce these characters, would be with a band of other characters. So it would be smarter if they introduced like one of them first, like Wolverine, to the Avengers, or they introduced Deadpool first. Doesn't matter. But at some point, these two oddball characters are working together with the Avengers, and they're teamed up together to accomplish a goal, and then, shenanigans ensue. You know what I mean?
We can speculate on what they're going to do with the characters. Will it be Hugh Jackman?
Oh, well, I was just going to say one final thing. The rumor, too, right now, as it stands, is that Deadpool would be something like a new Stan Lee cameo type.
I heard that, too.
So I don't know if
maybe from you.
I hope, yeah, maybe. But I hope, I mean, it's a funny idea. It makes sense. But then you're cheapened the character Deadpool. Unless he still gets only his movies, it's too bad, because now he's never going to be taken seriously in the universes. It's just his movies. So I kind of hope that doesn't happen.
He's the only character that could happen. I mean, he's the only one you can introduce tomorrow, and he can just make up some bullshit fourth wall break-in, and they'll be like, who are you?
Yeah. So to answer your question, I think it boils down to the mouse. I think if the mouse pays them enough, they'll do it.
But Hugh Jackman seems like he's not saying he wants to do it. That's the thing. With deep fake or whatever technology they're currently using to, like they did in Star Wars with Mandalorian and Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher and all those guys, and the Tarkin actor, Peter Cullen, is that his name? No, that's that's Optimus Prime voice actor. I can't remember his name, but anyways, Ian McDermott, is that it? I don't know. I can't remember. Anyways, the point I'm making is Hugh Jackman's still a pretty young, spry guy. So like the de-aging process. The de-aging process wouldn't be hard. You can get him in to the studio. You can easily make him do all the facial reactions that he needs to make, every possible one. They could record it for decades to come. They could just have a massive session, like we've talked about in the past, film every possible angle, every reaction known to mankind. They can use that de-aging technology. He could be in movies forever now. And he Real
doesn't have
Steel.
to be the part.
Real Steel. That was the other movie he was in. Sorry.
That's so dumb.
BattleBots.
Yes, yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like you can even get voice actors to imitate him. He literally would never have to do another Marvel movie again, but his likeness would live on forever.
And he will.
All
they
have to do is pay him enough money to do one more. Just do one more.
There is rumors that he's going to make a cameo appearance in what movie was he?
Well, you said Winter Soldier, the show.
Well, that's when they're going to introduce
Falcon,
the
Winter
character.
Soldier.
But I heard there's going to do a cameo in a movie.
Of Marvel?
Yeah, I heard he was going to do like a cameo in one of the movies, but I can't say for sure. It would be great just to see another honestly, if we saw another Captain America movie back in
Captain
the World
America
War
with
II.
Wolverine, World War II.
Because he fought
Infinity Stone,
alongside him
absolutely.
during World War II.
He did.
When they glossed over that bullshit during Origins and just did the Civil War, World War I, and World War II of
all in the
Sabretooth and
first
him
5
running.
minutes?
Yeah,
Awful.
all the best parts of
Awful.
the movie, all in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was awful.
Ridiculous.
But that was not Disney's fault. That was Fox.
Fox. They
So-
trashed that. And then the Origins and they totally read
Well,
the
that
book.
was Origins.
Well,
That
I know,
was
but
Origins.
I know, and then that book, that I read about how they go into detail how he became Weapon X and all this. They knew about that book because the nurse that did
Of
it
course.
was the same nurse in that book. So it's like, fuck you, Fox. Who the hell? Was it the same director that X-Men 3? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
They're just lucky Logan hit it out of the park. Logan was good.
And I got to be honest with you, I did not like Logan.
Really?
I haven't read any of the Old Man Logan comics, so maybe they
No,
hit it on the head.
No, they didn't.
But-
They had to change context because it wasn't then Logan, Professor X, kills everybody, all the mutants.
Yes.
And Old Man Logan, the comic, Mysterio tricks Wolverine into killing everybody in
I remember you saying something.
in the mansion, and he kills everybody. And then Mysterio brings that, and that's why he was able to do it so easily because no one understood why Wolverine was doing it. Like usually Mysterio couldn't trick Wolverine. Somehow he was able to do it this time because he can smell. He's more of an animal. His mutant powers are beast-like ability, smell, heightened senses, his claws and healing and strength, a little above average strength, like animal strength. So when he went crazy and he no one stopped him, and then when it wore off, I think he had Cyclops' head in his hands. And then
Disturbing.
And then he freaked out. So what he did that night, he went over to the train tracks and he let the train run him over. Of course, his healing power brought him back, but he vowed that Logan was dead that day. And then he went into this old man Logan thing. And when the story picks up, that story you hear about a flashback because Hawkeye, who's blind now, comes picking up Logan for help, who actually is trying to do some kind of almost like I think.
And
it's a
Hawkeye's
drug run.
injured himself, right? Like missing an arm or something.
He's missing an arm and he's blind.
Oh, is that what it is? I can't remember. He's just
Right.
blind. Okay.
But I'm trying to remember in the comic. I want to go look at it. His granddaughter is a black Spider Girl, and I'm like, he married someone.
Logan?
No, Hawkeye's.
Oh, okay.
Hawkeye marries a Spider Girl at some point.
Spider Woman?
I think so. I think Miles Morales.
But I don't know when.
I think Miles has a daughter, and then Hawkeye marries that daughter.
So this is a fairly recent comic then, because Miles has been around in the early 2000s, maybe
Right.
mid-2000s.
I'm gonna go look at it after we're done here, so I can do that. But anyways, it was a very interesting comic, and Logan, the movie couldn't do that because of course rights and things like that. But when they do the road trip, when Hawkeye goes the road trip with Logan, the West Coast is owned by Magneto, I think. The Central America is owned by I think the Red Skull. And then, I think that's Dr. Doom. And then the Red Skull owns the East Coast because Red Skull wants to act like he's president of the United States. He lives there. And all the mutants and heroes are dead. I think they run across where Spider-Girl, she's evil apparently, and she's about to kill Punisher and Daredevil, and they're in their old age. And she kills them in the book comic, which is pretty crazy.
Pretty dark comic.
Yeah, and then Logan lives on the farm of the Hulk family. They're all Hicks. Hulk reproduced with himself, and it's all inbred. It's all inbred. And the end of the comic, Wolverine is fed up and he gets swallowed by the Hulk, like Bruce Banner. And then Logan.
And he's
cuts
just being digested alive.
No,
for years?
he cuts himself out.
So
And
he
he-
didn't want to
he-
get
he
digested.
officially-
or
he
he gets
offici-
pooped out by the Hulk.
He officially kills all of the Hulk's family. He kills them all.
Okay, which is pretty impressive considering I thought the gamma stuff also kind of helped the Hulk heal and get stronger. Like his
Yeah,
muscle-
but now
his skin
he's
becomes
so
tougher and tougher and tougher.
He's so
From
inbred.
the inside out.
He's so inbred. It's pretty
All right,
funny.
so
But anyway,
we went down
but
a weird place.
I know.
So-
But Logan, I thought did pretty well with what they had.
Okay, fair enough. You're right. I started that. I'm sorry. I should not have started that.
Whatever.
So
Hugh Jackman.
so here's the thing. So Hugh Jackman.
Here's the thing.
We're running short on time already. This is a quick one. Speculation.
Speculation.
Let's
We're
say
not speculating
first of
this whole
all, I'm
time.
gonna ask questions. Answer them lightning round. You ready?
Okay, ready. Penis.
Do you want Hugh Jackman to come back?
Yes.
Do you think if he's given enough money, he'll come back?
No. I don't think
Really?
it's money. I don't think it has anything to do with money.
Okay. Last question. Do you think Disney's smart enough to ask him to come back?
I think they already have.
Fair enough. I believe that's probably very true.
I honestly think, because you look at Hugh Jackman, how of a guy he is. He's such a stand-up guy of how he's lived and the shows he's done. You can tell like what he does outside, inside, his family. He's just a well-rounded, very cool guy, and you know he's not hurting for money. He's not Tobey Maguire.
Right.
I want to take Disney for $15 million for a cameo appearance of Spider-Man, or what the fuck he's doing for Spider-Man 3. Hugh Jackman, they probably offered him. They probably said, name your price, because he's, he is the Wolverine.
Sure.
I think he said no.
I see. Okay, so I'm gonna. I
honestly think they are hounding him every day. To be honest,
I think I want. Well, first of all, I want to see him in it.
Of course,
I
do too.
I think there is
Love him.
I think he would do it. I think he would do it. I think money's right, no question. I also think, because like you said in the past, he was interested at one point, so I think he would. I think he would reprise the role for one final time, because, like I said, every actor wants a taste of this universe, just once.
Every actor, even Sylvester Stallone made it into the universe.
Especially if he makes some sort of deal in his contract where
even Matt
like,
Damon and Brad Pitt got into this shit.
Oh, that was so ridiculous, and it was funny. I have to say that was funny, but then the final thing is, I think, yeah, Disney. I think Disney's smart enough. I just don't know if they're. I'd be worried that they get it and then they still fuck it up. They get it, like they got the original Star Wars cast, but then somehow they fuck it up royally. Like
there's
they misuse him.
There's one thing Marvel doesn't have. Kathleen Kennedy. Oh, two things. They don't have Rian Johnson either. So
we've talked about. Hey, by the way, is Ike done officially? When does he leave?
Oh, I haven't heard him in the news lately. The most recent thing.
Yeah,
is Jeff
did
Bezos
he quietly disappear
down.
into the night? Is he already a part of Biden's administration? I don't know.
He's vice president.
Is he there yet?
You know that? No.
Oh man, he looks like a black woman.
Yeah, I know. Plastic surgery is crazy, right? We talked about CGI and all that, how they can imprint that on there. But no,
that's true. That's true.
My final thought is that we are going to see Hugh Jackman. I think the rumors are going to be true. He is going to have an appearance, a quick appearance, and maybe it won't be as quick as First Class, where he just told him to fuck off. I think it's going to be more of a scene with him. I don't think it'll be with Ryan Reynolds, and I think it's going to be it's going to be an Avenger movie or something. Maybe, and what I'm hoping is he's already agreed to this cameo appearance, because I feel like the rumors are very strong for that. I'm just hoping he gets the bug again, and he wants to do it further on.
Here's my thing. If you come back for a cameo, Disney's not going to let you just come back for a cameo. You're signing a contract to do 3 projects. That's how they always seem to operate.
Seems like 9 projects, but yeah.
No, but I know. But you always get a minimum of 3 is what I'm saying.
Because how cool would it be?
And you never know what their Disney promises, too. Like, he could do voiceover work the rest of his life, he gets paid easy money.
What if Mark Ruffalo, Professor Hulk's character, goes nuts and he runs amok and they hire Logan to go get him? Then we get a freaking Wolverine Hulk movie that everybody's wanted to see.
Right. I mean, it continues on and on and on.
Oh,
just like Hulk Planet. It was brilliant. I will say that was pretty brilliant how they did Hulk Planet.
Well, because they can't call it Hulk Planet because of Universal.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw it off real fast.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let's go back to Spider-Verse real quick.
Uh-oh.
The Spider-Man movies. If they do, in fact, do Spider-Verse and they bring 3 actors back to play Spider-Man, if they get rid of Tom Holland's character as the
That is
Spider-Man
my
Ultimate.
prediction. He's dying.
If they get rid of him, you're going to need another Spider-Man. Are they just going to focus on Miles at that point from here on out? Or are we going to get to see a chance of a different Peter playing like the college professor version, the role model for Miles? And if so, which actor would be playing that role between Garfield or Maguire?
I like Garfield.
Which one would you want to see?
Garfield,
I feel Garfield.
I like Garfield's Spider-Man better, but honestly, Tobey's Peter in the first one was better.
You think
Tobey's
honestly,
Peter was better? Andrew's Spider-Man was better.
Well, let me ask you this. If but they both were still immature roles of Peter at the time.
They
He was still
were
in high school,
but they played.
right?
They also played two
You don't
versions
think
of it.
Garfield
They also
could play an adult.
They could. I mean, they also did two versions of it. You got to see the Amazing Spider-Man version of Peter Parker, which was more of a modern-day child. And then you also got to see the 70s, 60s version Peter Parker, the original one, this Spider-Man from, I think it's called the Spectacular Spider-Man. No, it's just called, is it? I don't know.
There was so many. There was Web Spider-Man.
Right. So Tobey Maguire did the original, and Andrew got the Amazing. So
Marvel Comics presents Spider-Man.
I would rather see Andrew Garfield, to be honest.
Me too.
But here's my theory on that. Since we're on the subject, we're moving on real quick. They're gonna kill off Tom Holland, and there's gonna be There's gonna be one Spider-Man who's gonna stick around to help Miles, but then they're gonna go back to the universe, and Miles is gonna be it because. You're not going to do...
That makes sense.
You're not going to make a universe with two Spider-Mans in it. In the comics, it makes sense because you can have multiple comics and meetups and all that. But in the cinematic universe, I feel like you're going to have one and concentrate on it. It'd be too confusing to people going like, well, there's two Spider-Man movies coming out. I don't understand. It's like, no. It's now this. So it's going to run the Spider-Man series still, but it's going to be based on Miles from then on.
They're not going to do the DC route.
But it lets Sony... the door back open to play with Andrew and Tobey Maguire back in their universes and spread those movies more.
That's very true. Very brilliant thought.
So we will get multiple Spider-Mans, but not in the MCU. I mean, it will be technically part of it because of the Spider-Verse, but it won't be. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. I never really thought about Sony getting a second opportunity having older Spider-Man.
They'd reboot it. They can go right into movie 3 with Andrew Garfield and do the Sinister Six and do all that shit. They can spark that even more now.
Yeah, very true. But let's see if they're smart enough to figure that out. So,
well, if they do,
right?
We're gonna say they listened to our pod and they took the idea from us.
Well, you know what's funny? Speaking of which, I was watching something with the wife the other day. It was an SNL skit, and they made fun of like COVID restrictions using pool noodles. I wonder where they got that from.
Was that us?
Yeah, we were talking about it when we were trashing on Tommy Boy.
Oh God!
Remember, I'm wearing a pool noodle suit for COVID restrictions.
I don't remember.
They were using pool noodles.
I mean, Matt, other people can come to the same conclusion.
It's true. There's a lot of geniuses out there.
Like Shia LaBeouf.
Listen
I'm
to our
sure we're not the
pods
only ones who calls him
constantly.
that.
No, I'm pretty sure.
You know what? You're right. We are definitely spinning the world. We are. We are it.
It's okay. We won't get credit, and we don't need to get credit. But I just like, oh, come on. A week later. You know what I mean? And there's other jokes in that same SNL thing that I was like, oh, that sounds very similar to some of the other stuff we talked about. But I can't go into that right now. But on that final note, thank you for listening to Entertainment Banter. My name is Matt.
And that makes me Joel. And I'm done.